Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Ethereum is breaking to the downside out of this bearish rising wedge pattern. This video is an important one to watch all the way to the end, not only because of this break to the downside, but also because of these other Ethereum charts that I will be looking at later in the video. I'll also be revealing my next Ethereum price targets and some important levels to watch as well. So make sure you watch all the way to the end of this video so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like in the video down below, and if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and this is the rising wedge pattern that I've been talking about for quite a few days now on the channel. And of course, I've been letting you know that this is technically speaking a bearish pattern, meaning that it is more likely to break to the downside, and that's exactly what we've seen right now. So this previous level of supports that we needed to hold above is now coming in at about 4.5k approximately, and obviously at the time of this video at least, Ethereum is trading well below that important line of support. But with that being said, even though we have seen a clear break to the downside, we haven't really seen a major spike or surge in volume, so that is actually a little bit of a reason to be skeptical of the current price action. And obviously we haven't really seen any successful retest of this previous line of support to flip it into resistance. So basically I would like to see a larger candle close below this line of support, so I'm talking like a daily candle close, for example, or if we could simply see the volume just here start to pick up as we are moving to the downside, then that is essentially backing up this move to the downside, and then that would further confirm that we are most likely heading towards the price target, which, by the way, the technical price target for a rising wedge pattern is simply the bottom of the wedge, which is right now coming in at roughly around 4,000 US dollars. But between now and then, we have some other important areas of support that we need to be paying attention to. First of all, a pretty obvious level of support that I have been mentioning over the past couple of days is the 4.2k level right here, because we have seen a major bounce from that level already. And back here, the 4.2k level was huge resistance for the price of Ethereum. So that is definitely an important level to watch right there. But even before the 4.2k level, we're actually running into another important level of support right now when we're bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this low at around 4,150 approximately up to the all-time high for Ethereum. What we have here is the golden pocket, the most important Fibonacci level, coming in at roughly around 4,340 US dollars per Ethereum. And right now, at least at the time of filming this video, Ethereum is currently holding above that level, which is technically a good sign to see in the short term for the bulls, because anything below around 4,330 approximately, I'll be looking at least towards the 78.6% Fibonacci level, coming in at around 4,260 as possibly a small amount of support in the short term. But really, once again, the main support for Ethereum to the downside below the golden pocket is that 4.2k level, and anything below that, I'll be looking towards around 4,000. But we do have one other potential level of support coming in from the 100 exponential moving average on this 4-hour time frame, and right now that's coming in at around 4,260. And just zooming out on the chart, you can clearly see throughout this uptrend so far for Ethereum has found huge support along this exact exponential moving average previously. So if the trend were to simply continue, then once again I would expect at least some short-term support at around 4,260 approximately. But obviously, considering that this is a moving average, that level will change. So if we take a little bit longer to reach that sort of level, then obviously it would be coming in at a different price. Now, taking a quick look at this Ethereum chart, this is still the 4-hour chart for Ethereum, but right here I've got some vertical lines mapping out the weekend price action throughout this uptrend so far. And by the way, I've been mentioning this chart for pretty much an entire week now. And in fact, towards the start of the last weekend back here, I said that it's very likely we're going to see a dip over the weekend, and then as soon as the new week starts, it's very likely we're going to see a pretty decent gain to the upside. And obviously that played out very nicely. And over the past few days, I've been updating you again on this chart, saying that as soon as we reach the weekend right here, then it's likely that we're going to see a pullback to the downside in the price of Ethereum. And so far we are seeing exactly that. And for the new viewers on the channel, you might be wondering why this is the case. And well, there isn't really a fundamental reason why this is the case. It's simply going off previous price action. As you can see here, throughout this uptrend so far, when you're excluding this weekend, because we haven't even completed this weekend, taking a look at all of the previous weekends in this uptrend so far for Ethereum, we have had 5 weekends so far. And out of those past 5 weekends in this uptrend, 1 out of 5 has been bullish, 1 out of 5 has been neutral, and 3 out of 5 have been bearish. So when you're looking at the statistics of that data right there, it basically shows us that it is more probable for us to have a pullback over over the weekend than it is for us to have a gain over the weekend. And if this were to hold true for yet another week, then perhaps we could play out a little bit more of a pullback over the weekend. But then as soon as the new week starts, that's when I would expect some more gains to start kicking in, or at least some sort of short-term bounce. Once again, that's simply just going off all of this previous price action, because out of the past 5 weeks worth of price action, 4 out of 5 had a bullish start to the week, and then only 1 out of 5 had a neutral start to the week, but had a bullish move in the middle of the week. But when you're talking about the price action between Monday and Friday, so the weekday price action, the past 5 weeks in a row have all been bullish. Every single week so far in this uptrend has been a bullish week from Monday to Friday. And this is also lining up pretty well with the price oscillators right now, because as you can see, they are already trending to the downside. But at their current trajectory, by the time the weekend finishes, the RSI, for example, would be pretty close towards oversold areas. And at the current pace that the MACD is on, it's also likely that we'll see some sort of bullish cross towards the beginning of next week, or possibly even sooner. But it does depend as well on how harsh this pullback could be over the weekend, because a larger pullback to the downside like that would make the bullish cross in the MACD take a lot longer to happen, compared to if we just see more sideways price action or a gentle pullback to the downside. In that case, the bullish cross in the 4-hour MACD would come a lot sooner. And basically, if you're looking at all of these previous bullish crosses in the 4-hour MACD, almost every single one of them so far have been a great signal to us that we're due for more bullish price action very soon. So once again, we have not seen that just yet. We are still trending to the downside, but we could possibly see something like that towards the beginning of next week. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in these markets, but that is simply just going off all of this previous price action in this uptrend so far. And zooming into the 3-hour charts for Ethereum, taking a look at the price action, first of all, we saw a perfect rejection from the exact point of resistance that I've been talking about for quite a while now on the channel. But yesterday, I was talking about how the 3-hour RSI on the Ethereum chart was holding this upwards trending line of support in the immediate short term. But since then, we have broken this trend line with another move to the downside in the RSI, as well as the MACD also trending to the downside. But with that being said, we're in the bottom half of the RSI band and getting closer towards oversold areas on the 3-hour RSI. And in fact, simply putting a horizontal line right here where we have recently seen a bounce in the 3-hour RSI for Ethereum, what we could see back here in the price of Ethereum is pretty much every single time where the price of Ethereum has bottomed out and has prepared for its next move to the upside, that has come from a perfect bounce from this exact horizontal line of support in the 3-hour RSI for Ethereum. And by the way, this level is coming in at around 38 on the RSI. But with that being said, if you're looking at the price oscillators right now, they are telling us that we're getting closer towards the bottom and getting closer towards another move to the upside, but it just simply hasn't been confirmed just yet. But zooming out to the daily time frame for Ethereum, and you can see here that this recent pullback in the price of Ethereum is pretty much insignificant on the daily chart, which is why it's important to every once in a while take a look at the big picture, zoom out to the bigger time frames so that you can actually see what the larger trend is right now. And you can clearly see here on the daily chart, with or without this short-term pullback, we are still in a very strong daily uptrend. And you can obviously see we've had this cup and handle pattern, which is a bullish pattern, already form and already break out to the upside with a successful retest confirming this breakout to the upside. And so this is still giving us a price target towards $6,200 US per Ethereum, which by the way, from the current price of Ethereum to that price target is still another 42% gain, which is a huge opportunity. So that's exactly what I'll be treating this short-term cool off as. I'll be treating it as a buying opportunity to get in at some cheaper prices before we continue on with this daily uptrend. Now keep in mind, considering how huge this pattern is, and also considering the fact that we're on the daily time frame, so each one of these candles is an entire day, this price target will take a lot longer to play out compared to some of the other price targets that I've been mentioning on the smaller time frames. And I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory, and that's also because that this price target is further away from the current price of Ethereum compared to those other short-term price targets that I just mentioned earlier in this video. And by the way, as for resistance to the upside, if we can get some sort of bounce here moving forward, then I would be targeting towards around 4.6k to 4.7k. That range of resistance is the area of resistance that I have been targeting even before we found resistance at that level. So basically in the immediate short term, looking at the 4-hour chart, for example, we do have a couple bearish signs on the charts, and the fact that we're in a weekend, we are due for a bit of a pullback based on previous price action. But it's important to not forget about the big picture and where we are right now in this bull market, and clearly this bull market is not over yet. And for any new viewers out there, I have an official technical analysis course linked in the description down below. In fact, it will be the first link in the description, and in here you'll find a huge range of different trading examples, going over different trends, going over support and resistance, price patterns, price targets, indicators, candlestick analysis, analysis, risk management, and so much more. So if you're serious about making a lot of money in crypto, or if you simply just want to learn more technical analysis from myself, then once again, feel free to check that out in the first link down below. And also don't forget to follow me over on my Twitter if you haven't already, because on my Twitter, I post real-time updates throughout the day on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also some other altcoins out there that I might not mention on this channel. And of course, all of the content on my Twitter is completely for free, so you might as well check it out in the link in the description. And in my last Ethereum update video that I posted yesterday, I saw all of your comments suggesting me to make that top 5 altcoin video, or at least a dedicated altcoin video going over some of the top altcoins that I'm looking at. So I just want to let you know I've seen all of those suggestions, and I will definitely be bringing that to the channel very soon. In fact, it might be the next video on this channel. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on so that you can be notified as soon as I post that video here on the channel. And if you enjoyed this video or got something valuable out of it, be sure to leave a like down below. It really helps push out these videos further onto YouTube, which then helps more people navigate their way through the crypto world. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. And before you click off, for the new viewers on the channel, make sure you check out one of these uploads if you haven't already. In the bottom left, I've got a passive income video showing you how I earn passive income every day in the crypto markets. And in the top left, I've got a Bybit tutorial, which explains exactly how to trade over on Bybit, which is one of the top exchanges that I use to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. But anyway, that is really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.